Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are seeing this video, it's the part of the live session that I do on every Sunday. So if you're interested, you can always feel free to join me during these sessions. I usually go live at 4 CET and today I just got late. So hi and welcome. So today I thought that the live session will be a mix of information, and then at the end of this live session I will be also undertaking some of your questions and answers. So the topic of this live session is how you can find job in Germany, or what you can do to study finance or any business related modules if you are seeking for help or information on such topic, then continue watching. So the idea of this live session is that usually I do these live session to really minimize the information gap. I can really be quick in terms of processing any information, and without any delay I can actually provide you information on real time. So I'm here doing live sessions so that I can be answering to your question, but at the same time can provide you information on real time. So it's quite vulnerable for me, but also exposing, and but I'm trying to be real here. So hi Desi, how are you doing? Are you now in Germany? Because I got to know that you will be in Germany soon. So how is it going? Let me know in the comment section. So yeah, let's get into the video and the content. So for this live session, I have created a slide which I will be showing you so that it's not boring. You're not just seeing me, hearing me, but at the same time, it gets more interesting because you can also see some slide and you can get to know more and from this video. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment. And now I will jump into these slides so that you get all the information without any delay. So I'm adding the slide here. So the topic, as I said, of this video is finance and business studies and job, which means that I will be talking to you from beginning of how you can apply and then to the end of how you can get the job. So applying for the study until to the end, which means end-to-end process. So let's get started with the slide. So the agenda for this session is, first I will be giving you a bit of overview. I won't be taking much of your time, and then we'll quickly jump hopefully into the job aspect, for which probably you will be watching this video more. So I will start with the overview, then the university courses, job, and then last but not the least, tips. So, first and foremost, whatever you are doing in your life, be it in your work, be it in your studies, be it any sports, anything that you're doing, or any activity, it's important that you define what's your North Star. Through North Star, what I mean is that what's your way towards what you would like to achieve. And keeping that in mind, you will be able to eventually going to succeed. How it will going to happen, that will be determined by your North Star. Keeping that in your mind, that what will help you a lot in the long run, and also it will help you to not get distracted along the way. So having said that, as North Star, so for us the North Star is to eventually get the job, get settled in Germany or maybe in other European country, and maybe even finally get residence or even citizenship, right? Considering that, that's what, keeping that in the mind will help you to always make decision and can help you then finally achieve it. So in terms of the overview, so in general, if you are, I know there are different type of audiences that are watching my videos. Now I'm doing the live session, but then it will eventually going to be pushed out to the other people as a regular video, right? And I want to deliver all type of contents, be it someone who is already aware of things, how you can study in Germany, how you can find a job, etc. And therefore I want to cover everything from very basic to the advanced level. So I will start with talking about, there are two types of universities in Germany. One is applied, and then there is a technical university. So technical universities are more practical based universities, and while applied universities are more if you want to do PhD later on and more academic. Then moving on to the cost of study, usually if you're an international student, you will be paying more compared to the local population. So it could be that you will require around 15,000 in total because you have block account which covers around 12,000 euro. So and then there are other extra expenses like contribution cost, etc., from the university that will be taking more of your money. So in short, you require around like 15,000. And of course, you will tell me in the comment if this is not the case and you are ending up paying more, because as I have covered in the other videos, sometimes you have to even pay more. There are some courses that are not free. Just in general, most of the universities in Germany are free, and therefore you end up paying only contribution fees or semester fees, which is around like 150 euro, and it could be less or even more depending on the university. There are some universities which are offering courses for which you need to even pay. Like you can end up paying, like, so there is our universities in Baden-Württemberg region where you will be paying more. Then regarding the part-time job, so even though you have to pay and you need to have like 15,000 euro expense while you are coming to Germany, but at the same time you can also consider taking on some part-time jobs. So if you're a student, you are allowed to do around 20 hours of part-time per week, and in your summer breaks or in the winter breaks you can also do 40 hours per week. Then moving further, cost of living. So your in terms of the cost of living, you will require around 700 per month. You can also live less than that, but 700 including rent is what usually the cost that is incurred by people. Then, in terms of the salary for the full-time people, it could start from around 40,000 per annum, and it can even go up to 120,000 depending on your profession, experience, etc. So I guess this has helped to like really give you a bit of like overview on things and how the general status is if you want to come to Germany and if you're planning to. And having said these things, maybe we can move further. Then talking further about the cost of study, as I have mentioned, you need to know like have around 15,000 in the beginning, but that's not it. Like you can actually even through some ways can reduce that cost. So to do that, as I said, you need to have a block account which will cost around 12,000 euro, and you can still have ways to reduce it. So here I've listed some ways you can reduce your costs. First is by DART scholarship. So there is like a huge step-by-step process. If you want, I can go into it. So that is one of the websites through which you can get all the information, even related to which university you want to go to and how you can select it. And they list down everything. On my screen, if I can maybe present another screen, I can show you that website as well. So now I will be sharing my screen. So this is the TAD website, and here you can get all the information both in German and in English language. So here, as for example, you can have like a small assessment, so which country you are from and what your qualification is, and accordingly it will be providing you more information. Usually if you are thinking of applying to universities, you usually do it through the Uni Assist, and also you use NABIN to see that your current university status, if it's approved or not, or if you need extra steps to get it approved. So this is just in short, in detail. Of course, these topics are quite broad, and you will require to really explore more in detail, and there are abundance of such videos which tells more detail about these things. Now going back to my slide. So that scholarship is, so India is qualified for the that scholarship. So there are many countries from where the people can apply for such scholarship. It also covers like many things. I have done a lot of work in research to create this live session. So I have listed down everything that scholarship really covers. So for example, for master's degree, it can pay you around 861 euro, while for PhD, it will pay you around 1200 per month. It also covers travel allowance, health insurance, and some other type of insurances as well. Then in some cases, it can also help you with subsidizing your rent. and also some part of your contribution semester fees. To be eligible, of course, you need to present your English language proficiency, German language, and then you need 4 years of your bachelor's degree, or like 3 years of bachelor's and then 1 year of master's. Then, yeah, and 2 years of work experience. So these are some qualifications that you need to really apply for the DART scholarship. Then, so yeah, that scholarship is one of the ways through which you can reduce your expenses. Then, how you can like come here in Germany without blocked account. So there are 3 ways to do that as well, by getting like a bank guarantee, letter of commitment from someone who is already a resident in Germany, or by showing the financial status of your parents. So these were few things how you can reduce your study costs. Let's move on further because I can see. Okay, so in terms of university, whenever you are deciding about the universities, you might be wondering whether you have to go for public or private. So in Germany, we have both type of universities. One is like the public one, and the other is private. Usually, the people prefer to go to the public one because the private universities are quite costly. It can even range from 30 to 40,000 or 50,000, while for public, in most of the cities, it's free except the region Baden-Württemberg. So I will be mostly focusing here into the public universities, which is just free, and then you have to just pay like contribution fees. Then the details, as I have said, you can look into it through that website where you can find about the universities, which city is it, and what kind of criteria, eligibility criteria you need to apply and get considered. Then talking about the city, so whenever you're selecting about the university, it's also important that you are considering about which city you are going, because depending on your city, it will allow you to eventually get a job or even part-time opportunities. Especially for the business studies, it's very important that you opt for cities which is not just student dominated, but also have some companies, which is like it could be it's more about the employment. So if you are able to get like into a city which is also good in terms of like different companies over there, it will just help you to get like part-time job or even full-time role later on. So it's very important to get exposed to yourself while you are studying. I can see many people are joining my live session. So, hi, I'm just quickly covering about the business studies and how you can find job later. So, if you're interested, you can continue watching this video. And if you're liking this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know your views and tips as well. Then, so city is quite important part whenever you're deciding which university to go. But of course, that should not stop you. If you're not able to get in to the university, to this in the city of your choice, then just take whatever is good, because usually any university in Germany has a quite good quality. And you won't be, and later on while you're applying for jobs, it's not that in Germany the recruiters see which university you're coming from. It's more about your talent and your skill set. So no matter which university you're studying, it's more about what you will be contributing later on. So the way things are structured in Germany is quite different compared to how it is in my country, India. Then I think I'm sounding quite boring. But yeah, just trying to be quick and really sum everything up and can lead you to the job aspect side of this entire session. Then there are many ways how you can study business or finance. Is maybe you can opt for courses which are like MBA. So MBA usually in Germany are not free. You will need to pay for it. Then MIM, MSc, and MA. So usually the public universities offer like MSc and MA programs, which are for free, and also MIM. And you will just have to pay small contribution fees, which is like a semester fees around 150 euro. Then you can also decide that whether you want to do these courses in English or in German language. So if you are proficient in German, then it's quite good that you can opt for German language courses because there are more seats compared to the number of students. While in English language, there is more competition as more and more international students are applying for the same limited seats. So that was just one tip over there. And then let's move forward. So usually, of course, if you're coming to Germany, it's important that you know the German language so that you can get integrated into the country. You can know the formalities and regulations, bureaucracy that's quite strong in here, and you can have a little bit of easier life in that way. But also, German language is quite important if you're looking for a role and job later on, because it just opens up more industries, more roles for which you can apply. Otherwise, it will be just a restriction, and it will be just that will limit you. That was just my take on the German language and why you should be considering it. The other thing is, as a tip I would like to mention over here is that you can also think of taking German classes. So usually, if you are studying or even if you have got a job in one of the German companies, they always have these sessions, and they could be offering German language for free or maybe for some small amount, which you can study during your lunchtime or maybe during your free time. So take opportunity of it. Usually in the universities, they offer such classes for like 70 or 80 per month and then or per semester, and then you can also learn that. So usually what people advise is that you should take like less modules and consider like a German as your fifth or sixth module and can really invest your time learning it. So that's there. Then let's move forward. These are just list of the documents because I really want to make this video the entire information that you need to have for the end to end from study to getting a job. So therefore, I have listed over here. So these are some documents you usually need if you're applying for studying in Germany for business school. Just go through it. So degree and transcripts, then statement of purpose, letter of recommendation. Usually they require like more than one. Then IELTS, TOEFL score, GMAT. So depends on which university you're going, which courses you are opting for. Depending on that, they will be asking you such scores. Then you also might need a work experience certificate to show the proof of work experience. So usually if you have work experience, then there are more chances of you to get selected by the universities. Then also last but not the least, they need your CV, and it should be in the format of German format. So ensure that your CV is in a proper format. Then moving on, there are just a list of universities which you can apply for if you are looking forward to study in finance, business, or later get job in Germany related to finance. I think I don't need to explain this further. It's more about getting into the city or studying there where you have other companies. So you might be aware that Frankfurt, Munich, and Berlin are like, so Frankfurt is quite like a capital city for finance related jobs, and similarly in Munich and then in Berlin. I would suggest that if you are in such a city or even if you're residing near to them, then you have like a big opportunity there to really get absorbed in one of the companies and can start working. Then let's move forward. So I have to be very quick, so I'm not really making you bored, but I'm also happy at the same time I'm presenting you slides so you can really get like a snippet of what I'm talking about, and not everything is in just the air. So talking about the companies which usually hire international people, or you could say like people, companies that can give you roles and opportunities in finance. So in one of my previous videos, I have got this request to make this video, and therefore I'm making it. So in case you have any suggestions, comments, or any type of videos you would like me to do related to Germany, then let me know in the comment, and I will try to address it in my next video. So these are some of the companies which hires like international people, and some of them, since they are multinational organization, they're also doing some inter-country transfer as well. So if you are in your country working for one of these companies, they might even consider you to send you to Germany. So this is just one of the other ways through which you can really come to Germany. It's not that always you have to look for like study and then get a job. Of course, it always increase your chances to get job easily and that you stay in Germany, but then that doesn't assure it will happen. So yeah, I just listed down the companies. So Deutsche Bank, which is just in general quite a good bank, and especially for students to have an account over there, quite safe and secure. They have good job opportunities, but most of their job opportunities are in German language. I remember my first experience over there. Mostly people are speaking German language, and I have to take my German friend with me to translate. And it was my second month in Germany. So, probably if you are fluent in German language, apply for Deutsche Bank. Then, Commerzbank, Allianz, Munich Re, BSF. So BSF is quite a big company. So I was in Mannheim, and that's where they had their head offices, and it was like an empire. So it was like an entire village, and they have like a huge history, and they have quite a big number of international people. I have spoken to some of the employees and staff over there. I have realized they speak mostly English language, and there were also people, so in my city, that were coming through inter-countries transfer. So they have came from India to Germany for some project, so they can be on assignment for 1 to 2 years or even 5 years. So there were even people like that that were coming through these type of exchange. Then Siemens, they were also quite good, like so they offer jobs in English language. Same goes for Daimler. I remember many students were working with Daimler while they were studying. Then, so you can understand these companies are quite international and are also accepting students if even if you don't speak German language. BMW, Volkswagen, Deutsche Börse, AAG. Then we have consultancy. So if you are looking for opportunities in finance, so it's not just that you are able to get jobs in like financial firm. You can look for jobs even in multinational organizations such as BSF here, BMW, because everyone needs the finance planner and analyst. And for that roles, you really need people, right? Who can align company strategies, objectives to really reach some targets. So if, for example, company has decided to have 15 billion turnover in next 2 to 5 years, then there is a finance person who will be setting up the roadmap to achieve it. So for such purposes, you need people in the team, and therefore these companies recruit people from the finance background or even from the business background, right? So, and then beside this, if you think and as a fresher, I would suggest that some of my friends, for example, has gone into consultancy, and that's where it's much easier for the fresh, especially, to go into. So I have seen as a trend that people who are fresher means that just going out of the university, they usually get job easily into the in the consultancy firm. So you can always look up to the four big consultancy firms. So here I have listed down like PwC, EY, KPMG. They are like big fours, and they are like recruiting people like especially the freshers who are quite energetic, active, proactive, and willing to learn and can really make a difference. So they are looking for such type of people like with energy. So yeah, so these are some companies that are really hiring like more international people and also freshers straight from the universities. One thing that I have realized whenever you are applying for job, or whether you are applying for studying, or whenever you're making like career decision, it's always important that you assess the market. It's important that always be in a much less competitive area. So to do that, you need to first understand that what is the gap in the market, what is the areas where there are more highest paying professions, right? And accordingly, if you're applying, you will be much better in position in future to really get into more better paying job and in able to even secure job. So this is quite important. So first thing I will tell you is to always access what are some skills shortage that particular country or that particular city has, and then search for the highest paying jobs, and accordingly try to brush up your skill set so that you are the best person to be chosen for such type of role. So considering that, here are some of the lists that I have prepared so that you can be better prepared in making best possible choices for your studies or even for your career. So, for example, if I want to be, so here these are like some of the top highest paying jobs. So, if I want to earn more, so for example, for the doctors and surgeons, they usually get around 80,000 to 120,000 per annum salary, euro per annum. And therefore, if you are someone who is willing to put effort and you have a background in science, then you can think of taking like further science related modules so that you can one day be a doctor and surgeon, right? And same goes with the IT managers, engineers, finance, etc. So here, this is my list of what kind of jobs are high paid in Germany. And you can see here at the bottom, finance and advisors and managers are also one of them. So, so we have to just start from the list. So the first one is the doctors and surgeon, corporate executives, of course, and then investment bankers, lawyers, IT managers, engineers, natural science professions, marketing and sales manager, architects, and financial advisors and managers. Usually in Germany, the highest paying jobs are considered for those jobs, usually that pays around like 60,000 or more. And that's how what really marks that if the job is paying high or not. So usually for doctors, as I said, they can earn from 80,000 to 120,000 or even more. Similarly, for people in IT, I remember they have started job from 45,000 per annum. So these all currencies that I'm mentioning is in euro. Then for marketing and sales manager, I know personally that it starts as well from 45,000 to even 50,000. There are some of my friends with 2 years of experience. They have got position working for like 70,000 euro per annum. So these are some ways you can really like apply for such type of roles so to get like high pay jobs. And before applying for such jobs, it's always nice to like build up your skill set as well so you are better prepared for your future. And for similarly for the finance and advisors, you can also get the paid like starting from even 55,000 onwards. I know some people who have experience, they are even earning around 72,000 per annum. And of course, in order to brush up your skill set, it's not just that you have to work on your hard skill, but also technical skills, but also on your soft skills, through which you can be more competitive and can be giving some extra advantage to the employer. So, yeah, this is just like some places you can really think of applying for roles and can really get high pay. Let's move on to the other type of jobs that are specific to finance, where people can apply for jobs in Germany. So some of the keywords that they can look for or can like really brush up their skills are in the investment banking, corporate finance, financial analysis. So in financial analysis, you will find probably there are more number of jobs that are open. Risk management is quite an important job that's increasing, and it's the demand is quite increasing these days. Then asset management, accounting and audit. Every company needs accounting and audit, so it's a job that you will for sure will be finding in abundance in Germany. Financial advising and wealth management, insurance and actuarial science, treasury and cash management, and taxation and compliance. All these jobs are quite good paid, especially like if I consider about the taxation and compliance, investment banking, risk management, they are like high paid one of like out of all, like they are quite paid job. Then, so of course, last but not least, like of course, I need to again repeat that you can, for finance related jobs, you can think of applying into banks, consulting firms. So, as I said, for consulting firms, they always consider the freshers. So, always go and talk to them. And I will tell you how you can do that in the later slides. Then, investment firms, insurance companies, accounting firms, and multinational corporations. Then, regarding the salaries and the workload. So, as a starter or fresher in the business or even in the finance, you can expect to earn from 50,000 to 80,000 euro per annum. Needless to mention that usually people who are freshers in Germany, they are not really a fresher graduating and they don't have much experience. Everyone who is graduating or doing masters, they always have certain level of experience working in Germany. And as a student, while they are studying, they always gather such work experience. And therefore, the salary range is quite high. And also, I need to mention here is that in general, in Europe, Germany is a country which pays a little bit more than any other country within Europe. Therefore, these salaries are quite high over here. Then, in terms of the working time, you can it can depend. Sometimes the working time can be more in the beginning of month compared to the end of the month, and same goes that when the end of the year is there, your workload is more if you are in the area of finance. Then the city. So as I mentioned, so Frankfurt is the capital for the finance, then goes to Munich and then Berlin. Berlin has quite a good startup. So Frankfurt and Munich is the city where you can find more international companies, while Berlin is a place where you have more startups. But that also means that you need to understand where which type of companies you want to go for. So whether you are a person who really enjoys working in a multinational or bigger firms, or you are a person who wants to go into the startups, it's not a bad idea to go to startup, because joining a startup can really give you visibility of end to end, while in the bigger organization, in more multinational organization, there is more hierarchy and you have less visibility of end-to-end processes and work. So if you want to be an entrepreneur later on in your life, it's always a good idea to go for like startups. And as I said, mostly the startups are like quite populated in the Berlin area. So if you're living in Berlin or around it, it's quite a good choice to be there. Then moving forward, I can see I'm already speaking for 32 minutes. Whew. Okay, finding jobs. So important topic. So I have spoken to you about like which companies to apply for, what kind of jobs are available, what is the salary, what could be the workload. Now, important thing, how do you even get in there? So there are many ways you can get in there. I have already made a video which you can go and explore further. There are also some shorts video that will be coming up in the coming weeks, which you can also go through. But here there are some like basics that you should be always keeping in mind. So the ways you can find jobs is of course the job website such as Indeed, Monster, and Stepstone. Then you have company website. Sometimes not every company posts their job offers to the third parties, because the third parties always charges the company. So it's always good to directly check the company websites. Then you have professional networking sites. So sites such as LinkedIn and Zing. Over there, I won't suggest you to like really spam people or bother them, but I would suggest that to be very professional. Always try to connect people on a good ground, on a more interest level, and always ask relevant questions and send contacts and connection to people who are relevant rather than spamming them. Then there are also ways you can get job if you are in touch with the recruitment agencies such as like his. So these are like quite big firm. You can also work for them, but at the same time you can also build like connection with them, be in their portfolio, so that whenever they have any such type of role, they can always reach out to you. So they have such type of recruitment agencies are existing here in Europe, where they have this like pool of people who are looking for jobs. So let's say pool of candidates, and whenever they have anything relevant, their tool, so they have like this electronic tool which automatically then filters and selects and can choose respective candidates. So if you are in touch with them, they will always be proactively reaching out to you rather than you always applying for roles and doing all the work. So it's always good to like consider things, how you can minimize your workload in that way and can open more doors than one. Then in so there are, last but not the least, there are also some events and conferences that happening. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I will be posting video on one of such event. So if you are living in any city, keep an eye open. There are some like city level roles, there are some like um, university conferences and events where they are inviting people from respective industries. It could be from IT, finance, or even consulting places as well. So these are just some ways through which you can always keep your door open for getting hired. And I hope that you have liked it. And if you did, then don't forget to like and comment and share. If you need to know more information, or if you want me to make further video by explaining one of these ways of finding a job in Germany, then let me know in the comment section. I am more than happy to elaborate further on it. Okay, I'm like really talking as an express, say for last 35 minutes. So without any further ado, let's move further. So, as I've said previously, it's important that you are brushing up your technical skills according to which job you're applying, which company you want to get into. But at the same time, it's also important to like really develop your soft skills or any other extra skills so that the employer see you as more valuable compared to other candidates. And for this purpose, what I have done and what you should be doing on regular basis, always try to scan the market and see that what kind of gaps in terms of skill sets are there. And if you can learn those skill sets, it will just add more value to your technical expertise. So here are just some type of skill set that's like lacking here in Germany, and therefore I've listed down over here. So it's always important that apart from your technical skill, if you have such skill sets such as digital skills, programming, and data analysis, soft skills, teamwork, and problem solving, or even if you are multilingual, it's just an added value to the organization, and you will be much preferred candidate compared to someone else, and you will be at more competitive advantage. So this is like my tip for you if you want to secure a job in Germany. And I think like one thing if you want to take away from this video is this slide. Perfect. Then this is my last slide. And here I want to give you some tips on how you can secure jobs if you're looking for a job in Germany. So first important thing is that whenever you're studying, ensure that you have certain level of work experience. It could be in the area of your study, but it could also be in some other areas, because even if for instance you are working in finance, like if you're studying in finance but still you are getting job in McDonald's or as a salesperson in some other brands, it always help you to develop your people skill, language, communication, and other soft skills. So it's always a good idea to like consider even other roles so that when you are graduating, completing your degree, you are not just clueless. There are multiple factors through which you can excel at your work, and there are multiple skill set behind those factors. And therefore, in order to enhance it, it's always a good idea to keep exploring, keep applying for other roles, and keep getting better at it. Second one is here, if you know the German language, it's always advantageous as you can apply for more companies rather than just few companies which are offering roles in full English proficiency. Then, and of course, German language will also help. Even if you're able to get a job in English language, it's always good to know the German language, because then you will be able to have better connection with your colleagues, co-workers, and can help you in future to even get promoted and can progress. Then the third tip over here is the German course. So it brings me to the so the third tip really connects back to the second point. So it's, as I've said, if you are either a student or even if you're working, the companies usually offer German language programs. So ensure that you're taking out time and can also study German language. And at the study level, if you are not able to get any courses in Germany in related to English, you can also choose some courses in German language, because then it will also justify your proficiency in German language and can help you open more doors. So by my third point, what I meant is that whenever you see there are no opportunities available in English, always explore further, go more and above and beyond, and also consider taking maybe a German course or even courses in German language. So always go extra mile. So always try to be like out of your comfort zone, do something always extra to progress. Then my fourth point here is about selecting the courses. So I would suggest that even if you're not able to secure your study in a particular area of your choice, or same goes with the job roles. Sometimes you want to like go into a particular company, you want a certain type of job, but if that doesn't work out, I would always suggest that go for alternatives. If not that course, maybe something else. How the things work in Europe is, in general, they always keep things open. They want your talent, they don't care about your background. So if they see that you are able to deliver value to a job, to the study, they will consider you, they will hire you. So if, for instance, in a long run, you want to go into finance, you are not able to secure a job, start working whatever is available. And then in that way, you are able to develop your soft skills, and later on, keep your eyes open, and probably you will be able to secure a role in finance related um, sector. So, what I would suggest you to do, I mean, we are actually running quite late. So, what I would be suggesting you is that to always take whatever opportunities are available, but at the same time, on the sidelines, try to keep exploring. So, keep learning what you want to do in reality, and then keep building your skill in there. And then one day, since you are already developing it, those skill set, you will still be a better fit for the role that you really wanted to have. And to develop that skill set, of course, there are several online courses that you can choose for. There are so many websites that are also offering courses for free. You can learn there and can keep developing skill set, knowledge, and build your proficiency in those areas. Talking about that, it brings me to my last topic, um, about the country. If you see that your type of opportunities or the place where you want to be is not available, maybe in Germany, always be open minded and also go for and consider some other countries as well. So, always even apply for some other countries. You never know what will come out of it. So, that these are some like tips, things I wanted to share with you in this video. These informations are coming, of course, by talking to the people I have met in my life in Europe and through my friends, and I have always enjoyed learning from their experiences. So this is all like the information I had for you today. And I really liked in talking to you for last 50 minutes. So hope you have enjoyed it and you have got some information. And if you did, and if you want to continue hanging here, so then don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you then in my next video. Until then, if you have any suggestion, then let me know. And I wish you a nice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever you're watching this video. And for now, bye.